Good evening, Hardin County Tiger fans. Bill Sharp here along with Steve Carnell, and we are at Michaela Welch Gymnasium tonight for the two games that are just set for tonight between the Tigers and the McNairy County Bobcats. The Lady Cats and the Lady Tigers will be hitting the floor here in just a moment. As a matter of fact, they're warming up as we speak. And if the last meeting was anything of any indication, this is going to be two really hard-fought basketball games tonight.
Yeah, two equally matched teams, really. If they do what they did last time when we were over at McNairy Central tried to really pound it inside and work in the paint, and we really wanted to shoot outside. I don't know if you remember right, but the first half was a struggle for both teams, a lot of turnovers.
We actually led at half of the girls' game.
And then we come out in the second half. It was back and forth for most of the night, and they ended up getting a couple of breaks and baskets toward the end and ended up winning the game. But it was the first district meeting for both teams for this year, and, that's always tough too, a little nerves. But I look for this game to be really good, really close, and then I look for the boys' game to be the same way. So two good games.
I'm not sure what the Bobcats' season district record is, but the Tigers are 1-3 in the district and looking for a victory tonight to grab a foothold in the upcoming district tournament.
Well, this is a huge week. This is, number one, it's homecoming week here, so you got that to deal with, distractions. Also, you've got three games this week. You got tonight, Thursday night, Lexington comes to town, and then Saturday's a makeup game, Chester County coming into town. So Thursday night is homecoming night. Saturday night will be senior night, and then they got all that to deal with, and the three biggest games of the season if you want to get in that second or third seed over there. So a lot of things on the line for both teams tonight. That's why I think this should be really good start.
On top of that, we've got three games this week, so the ice storm has created a situation where we're not only going to play tonight, but we moved the game Friday to Thursday, and we're going to be playing on Saturday here in Michaela Welch to get caught back up
and then
snow.
We'll go back on the road for a couple, and then we'll be in the district tournaments.
Before you know it, going by quick as you please, or maybe don't please. So we got basketball action headed for you right here on K93. So stay with us here. We'll have the starting lineups in just a moment after these words from our sponsors. Stay with us. The McNairy County Lady Bobcats are being introduced as we come back on after the commercial. Anna Clayton will be starting. Also, Haley Whitmore, Bailey Shelton, Near J. Wade, Lena Taylor, and last but not least is Brooklyn Ricks. I think we have one extra player there. And we'll straighten that out when the lights come back up here as spotlights up, house lights are down, and the Lady Tigers about to be introduced. First off the bench is Lilybeth L.B. DeBerry, and who is a sophomore. Clara Callahan, a senior. Neely Barrier, a senior. Riley Strickland, a junior. And last off there,
Hannah Miller.
Hannah, okay. That's Hannah Miller, yeah. I couldn't see the numbers. So, that's a little shake-up in the lineup tonight, and we'll see if we can get some inspired activity off of the perimeter tonight with the Bobcats, who, as we said earlier, defeated the Tigers by 2 over at the Roundhouse not just a few nights ago. Here's the tap's going to be controlled by McNairy, and with the basketball now is Shelton. She'll go out on the left wing now to Taylor. Taylor to Whitmore. Out on the left wing now, a three. It's off and no good. That shot was by Harris. Fight for the rebound, and they go to the floor. It's going to be a hell ball. It's doomed to be, as Riley Strickland tied it up under there with a couple of Bobcat players, and it's going to be Tiger basketball because of the tip. Coming down the floor is Strickland, who goes on the left side to LB. Underneath to Callahan. Quickly, Strickland gets it back. Now in the corner, here's shot by Barrier. It's off, no good. Long rebound outside to Bailey Shelton. Shelton goes over on the left wing. There's a three-pointer now put up by Taylor. Rebounds put up and off, no good. Rebound Strickland. She'll get the outlet pass down to Miller. Miller, it goes underneath for the shot, and it's blocked, but she's fouled. Foul's going to be on Shelton. And to the line, shooting 2, is Hannah Miller. First shot's up and good. Second shot, arranged for it to fall also. So the Tigers take the early 2-0 lead here. Took a minute of the first quarter to do it, and here come the Bobcats. On the right side now. They go over to Whitmore. That's Bailey, or rather Haley Whitmore. Down in the corner, they go with it. Taylor. Back outside now to Shelton. Shelton, just beside the free throw line, puts up a jump shot, no good. Rebound, Callahan. So, she gets it to Strickland. Strickland gets it over to Callahan in the forecourt. Now they go to Miller on the right side. Miller takes a long three. It's off, no good. Rebound is put up by Barrier, but she is going to miss the shot, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called, and it's going to be on Davison. Her first. And to the line goes none other than Neely Barrier, the senior. First shot's already up and good. Second shot, yes. Not even a skid on the iron there. And she nailed them both. Bobcats come slowly into the forecourt. They go over on the right side now to Whitmore. Here's a long three that's off, no good. Rebound is going to be off. The shot is followed that came off the backboard. It's no good. That's going to be Naraja Wade, and the foul is going to be called on Miller. Hannah Miller gets her first foul. And to the line goes Wade. First shot's off, no good. Shooting 2 in the act of shooting, obviously. Second shot. She missed them both. Rebound, Callahan. Outlet pass. Down the floor they go. Here is DeBerry for the long three. It's no good. Rebound way outside on the right. Picked up there by Taylor. Taylor goes on the right side to Wade. Wade to Shelton. Shelton crosses right to left, goes underneath, and a shot's up by Ricks. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the Tigers. Callahan, I believe, with the rebound. Now to Miller. To Strickland on the action end. Strickland goes from left to right on the right wing to Callahan. Callahan goes into the paint, stops at the free throw line, gets it to Strickland. Strickland comes out, kicks it out now to Miller. Miller's shot inside's no good. The follow's up and good by Callahan. So the Tigers jumping out to a 6-0 lead here. 4 free throws and a bank shot. And the Bobcats work the perimeter. Working with it, Shelton. She goes in for the shot. Can't get it to go. Second shot's going to be put up there by Ricks. It's going to be blocked by DeBerry. Loose ball is in the forecourt. Here come the Tigers with the basketball. Down on the right side is Strickland. She has it knocked away. Bobcats get the steal. They get it down the floor, and that's going to be Wade, who will be underneath for the basket, and she drops it out of bounds on the inline. It will be Tiger basketball with 4:28 left to go here in the first quarter. It's 6-0. Hardin County on top. Strickland dribbles slowly across the timeline with 4:17 left in the first. Pass inside now to Ricks, or actually inside to Callahan. It's going to be knocked away by Ricks. Ricks gets the steal, gets the outlet pass. They're down the floor in the paint. Outside, lost out on the perimeter, and Shelton comes down with it on the right side. Now is looked like a travel, but no call there. But Taylor tried a jump shot. He got it inside, and going in for the layup is going to be Ricks, who will get the Bobcats on the board. They trail 6-2. 3:42 left to go here in the first quarter. Now, they go down to Miller on the right side. Back now for Barrier for the long three. It's off no good. Callahan with the rebound at the free throw line. Over to Barrier. Barrier circles from left and throws it right there to LB. And she backs up toward midcourt. Under pressure, gets it over now to Strickland. Riley off on the right side now to Miller. Back to Strickland on the right side. Miller tried to paint, couldn't go. Now they got it under Callahan. Callahan goes under for the shot. She has it blocked there. And an outlet pass goes down. The Bobcats will score as Whitmore will hit the shot. And it's 6-4. Tigers come across the timeline with it. That is DeBerry. Goes over to Barrier on the sideline, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Bobcats. Give it to Hardin County with 2:40 left to go in the first, leading 6-4. Inbound to Strickland. Strickland goes in the lane underneath. It's Shaylee Green. Sticks it up and in. Green sneaks into the ball game on us. Gets underneath and scores 8-4. Now the Bobcats work it with on the left side. Whitmore. A jumper is going to be up and good. It's close to a 3, but just inside the line. They're going to count it as a 2. But it cuts the lead back to 2. 2:13 left to go here in the first quarter. They go on the right side. The Tigers, that is. Now to DeBerry. DeBerry circles right to left to Miller. Tries to lob it underneath the green, but overthrows her. And it goes out of bounds. Give it to the Bobcats. And 1:57 left to go in the first period. The Bobcats bring it down, trailing by 2, 8-6. With it now is Taylor. Taylor down on the baseline, attempted bank shots, no good. DeBerry with the rebound on the exact spot on the other side of the lane. DeBerry will dribble up to midcourt, get it now to Strickland. Strickland over to Barrier. Barrier crosses in the lane, tries to pass inside to Green, but it's got knocked away, picked up by Whitmore. Whitmore will get it over to Shelton. Shelton now to Wade. Wade to Whitmore. Down on the baseline, lobbed it out. Here's a jumper. It's going to be off and no good by Shelton. The follow is going to be put up and good by Wade. She's got her first 2 points on the night, and it's 8-8. Just as last time, it's going to be a tight one. Green drives in, gets the shot under, and it's going to be fouled in the process. Foul is going to be on Brooklyn Ricks, her first, team second, and on the line goes Shaylee Green, the freshman, who will be shooting 2. She can give the Tigers the lead with one of them. She's going to hit the first one and make it 2 with another. Second shot, in and out, no good. But to settle for one. Tigers lead by a point. Down the floor come the Bobcats. Shelton goes on the right side to Whitmore. Now to Taylor. Taylor outside to Wade. Wade from the free throw line. She nailed it. She's got 4 now. And the Tigers trail for the first time tonight. 10-9. Strickland comes across with 19 seconds left in the quarter. Green over to back to Strickland, who tries the 3 right with 8 seconds left. Now it's off, no good. Rebound Bobcats. Bobcats get it off down to Wade. Wade goes under right at the buzzer, and it's off, no good. A couple of more attempts are going to be tried, and none of them will bring points. It's 10-9 Bobcats at the end of one. We'll take a 60-second pause. We'll come right back. McNairy has the ball to start the second period. They're down the floor now with Shelton, who goes underneath, and a quick bank shot's going to be good by Brooklyn Ricks as she just drove down the right side of the lane, banked the shot, and Bobcats go up by 3 now, 12-9. Just underway in the second period. Shaylee Green has it, high post, drives underneath, gets clogged up down there and passes it back outside. At 3, it's up by Miller. It's off, no good. Rebound taken down by Wade Taylor. Taylor on the right side. A 3-pointer. It's off by Shelton. Now the loose ball is all the way out past the circle. Bobcats still have it. Underneath they go to Wade. Wade is going to score. And Roger Wade now has 6, and it's 14-9. Lady Tigers trying to work it inside the green, but they just can't seem to get her open. She's double teamed down there. Now they go to Barrier on the right side now. To Miller. Back to DeBerry. Miller goes in, tries to drive in for a layup. It's double teamed. Shot won't go. Got her own rebound. Passed it across the lane. As Barrier came up with the loose ball, tried to pass it across the floor, and it went out of bounds. Give it to the Tigers with 6:44 left to go here in the second period. Barrier gets the inbounds pass. Outside now to DeBerry. DeBerry to Strickland, who's out near midcourt. Passes in, has it knocked away by Whitmore. Whitmore goes in for the layup on the other end of the floor. She's driven into the mat down there by Green. I think Green obviously blocked that. I couldn't see from this vantage point, but it looked like it was blocked. It's out on Green, give it to the Bobcats, but a nice defensive play there by Shaylee Green. Inbounds to Taylor. Bobcats have a chance to lead to this, to add to this 5-point lead on this trip. Here's a jumper outside. The free throw line's up and good by Shelton. She picks up 2 in a circle. And it's 16-9. Lady Tigers need some offense on this trip. Strickland drives in the paint, dishes it off on the right side now to Miller. Back to Strickland in the corner. Strickland double team down there, in trouble. They're gonna try to got a timeout called. I saw Coach Kirk come to his feet and start calling timeout to save the basketball, and it worked. 5:51 left to go here in the second quarter. 16-9. Bobcats back in 30 seconds. So the Tigers will have the basketball on the inline underneath their own basket after the timeout. Inbounds pass now. Here's DeBerry for 3 on the right side. She hit it. So Lily Beth gets on the board with 3 tonight. That cut the lead to 4. Down the floor comes Shelton on the baseline, puts up the jumper, no good. Rebound, Hannah Miller. Miller to Strickland. Strickland down the floor to Barrier. Barrier stops on the left side, goes into the paint, kicks it back now to DeBerry. Her shot's off, no good this time. Taylor gets the rebound, and the Bobcats are running. Taylor to Shelton. Shelton lobs underneath, trying to get it down there to Ricks. Ricks finally gets it, then has to kick it back outside under pressure by Green. Wade round the horn. Goes to Taylor. Taylor in the paint, goes underneath, and a shot way underneath the basket by Ricks is off, no good. It's a miracle she got it off, and it fell out, got knocked out of bounds, and it will be Tiger basketball in the backcourt. Ricks checks out. In comes Clayton. For the Tigers, Molly Pierce checks in. Out comes Lily Beth. And Riley Strickland will dribble across the timeline for the Hardin County Lady Tigers. Goes to Pierce on the left wing. Now, underneath to Green they go. Green's turnaround jumper won't go. Struggle for the rebound. Bobcats had it. Outlet pass stolen there by Miller, but she lost the ball too. And now the Bobcats are back down the floor all the way under the goal already. Turnaround jumper's off, no good, and coming out with it is Miller to Strickland. Now to Barrier. Barrier drives around the head of the key. Gets it over to Miller. Back outside to Strickland. The Bobcats still in a man-to-man defense. Strickland dribbling around outside, looking for something inside. But the Bobcats are sticking to him very tightly. And an attempted bounce pass in the lane ends up being kneed out of bounds there by one of the Bobcats. It will be Tiger basketball in the corner. 3:56 left to go in the second. Tigers down 16-12. Pierce at the head of the key, spins, moves down the lane, stops side of the zone, kicks it out to Strickland for three. Off the back rim, rebound, Shelton. Now Taylor. Underneath, she catches Whitmore charging to the basket. Whitmore lays it up and in. And it's 18-12 now. Tigers down by 6. 3:28 left to go in the half. Green has it. High post. Has it stripped away. Got it back. Got it out to Miller now. On the left side to Pierce. Pierce for three. Off the back rim. No good. Barrier gets the rebound. Tigers will have another shot at it on this trip. Clock nears 3 minutes to go in a half. They're down by 6. Barrier. Now to Miller. Back to Barrier. Barrier drives, kicks it over to Pierce in the corner. Had the three momentarily, chose not to. Now to Barrier on the left wing. She'll drive around the circle on the right, get it to Strickland in there, to Green. Green in the paint. Better get out. And finally got it outside now to Miller. Now to Pierce, under to Green. Green goes in the lane, goes up for the shot, scores, but they're going to call her for a charge.
Yeah, what she did was she hooked her around the waist and kind of moved her out of the way. That was a nice move if you don't get caught.
If you can get away with it.
Yeah.
All right, 2:36 left. Tigers still down by 6. Bobcats with the basketball. Taylor on the right wing now. She's going to go to Wade. Wade on the left goes working against Miller. Finally forces it outside. Here's a long three-pointer up by Shelton. It's no good. Rebound Miller. Over to DeBerry. DeBerry dribbling the floor. Goes to Barrier. Barrier giving the three. Decides not to. Goes back now to Miller for three. Off the back rim. Rebound. It's going to be touched last by Green, who was making a good effort inside to grab that rebound. It just came off of her hands and rolled out. Give it to the Bobcats. Full court pressure now being applied by the Lady Tigers. Shelton dribbles across the timeline one-on-one with Barrier. Picks up the dribble, goes on the left side now to Taylor. Taylor tries to lead it into Shelton in the lane. Loose ball on the floor. Several players there, and there's a timeout called by Brandon Kirk that will preserve possession of the basketball for the Lady Tigers. They're down 18-12, 1:43 left to go in the second. Back in 30 seconds. In the first half of play, Bobcats up 18-12. Tigers with the basketball, wanting to cut that margin considerably on this trip, if possible. Get it to Barrier outside the circle. She's dribbling around right and left and goes to Pierce. Pierce drives from the left side, puts up a shot from the hip. Green with the rebound, goes in, scores. Shaylee Green got the rebound, spun, put up a two-handed little jumper there and scored, cutting the lead now to 4. 1:06 left to go in the half. On the right side, the Bobcats go with Whitmore. She crosses to the left, then goes back now to Wade. Wade working down in the corner. She's going to dribble it out of bounds. She got some pressure there by Miller and took her eye off the basketball, and it fell out of bounds. Give it to Hardin County in the backcourt with 53.6 seconds remaining in the quarter. Tigers down 18-14. They need a 3 here or at least a 2. Miller on the right side drives in, scores. Nice move by Hannah Miller. She just took it right in the face, right to the glass, and cut the lead now to 2. 35 seconds remaining in the half. On the left side, he goes to Shelton. Shelton dribbling against barrier. Goes to the right side. Gets it over now to Taylor. Taylor, jump shot with 23 seconds. She hit it. And the lead is 4 once again. 17 seconds. As DeBerry gets it over now to Pierce. On the right side, under to Miller. Miller goes underneath the Green. Green's shot won't go. Yeah. Missed it once, missed it twice, missed it 3 times underneath. And the Bobcats get it with 5 seconds left. They come down the floor, shot at the buzzer. It's going to be off the front rim, no good. And the first half comes to a close. Hardin County trails 20-16 at the hands of the McNairy County Bobcats. We will take a pause here for a word from our sponsors, and we'll come back with more action here from Michaela Welch after these words. A special ceremony going on at midcourt tonight in this first game as the Lady Tigers trail 20-16 at halftime. Right now, the state champion and 11 times and 15 out of the last 20, right?
Yeah, something like that. However long, I think it's been going on 19, 20 years. We've won 15 of them.
The Hardin County bowling team, Lady Bowling Team, won yet another state championship this past weekend, and they are receiving a tremendous standing ovation by the Tiger faithful across the way there. As Jennifer Chanel, the coach, is in attendance. I don't have a list of the ladies on the team.
I know one of the Macy Brumley, I believe, is
two
individual.
Two Brumley sisters, yeah.
Macy's an individual as well, so we got an individual title and the state title. And I tell you what, Bill, you can go out here in this hallway. If you come to a ball game, basketball game, when you walk through the door, look to your right, you want to see what a dynasty looks like? They got their own section. I mean, and it is full of hardware.
And well deserved.
Boys and girls.
Yeah, just think about how many times these young ladies have rolled that ball down that floor.
Yeah.
In order to get, that good at it that you can beat all comers for 11 years in a row.
We were talking about on Sports Talk, me and Coach Geyer last week, and once we got through with basketball, we started talking about them, and that's not an easy thing to do.
It's not something you can just walk off the street and do. It takes days and months and years of practice to be able to get that ball to hit those pins like it needs to hit, and they obviously are.
They're pretty good at it, yeah. And the boys as well.
Yeah, they've
got 4 state championships of their own. They got kids out there that are bowling 300s. That's the highest you can get. They're averaging, 230 to 260, 260.
Well, I bowled a 300 once, but it took me 4 games.
Oh yeah, well, if I can get 100, that's good.
Well, 4 games added together.
Oh,
okay. So 20-16, the halftime score here. Lady Tigers down by 4 to the Bobcats. We're going to do something about that come third period, which is coming the third quarter, which is coming right down your alley. So, bowling speaking, we'll be back after these words. Halftime, Lady Tigers trailing the Bobcats 20-16. Looking at the scoring, the leading scorer for the Bobcats tonight, I mentioned earlier, was Miraja Wade. She's got 6. Haley Whitmore came in with 6 as well. Bailey Shelton had 2. Lena Taylor had 2. And Brooklyn Ricks had 4. Yeah, and a relatively low-scoring first half of play. There were lots of turnovers and lots of mistakes. But the Bobcats just seem to be able to work it down inside much better than the Tigers have been able and get shots off. Leading the scores for the Tigers in the first half is Shaylee Green with 5. She's followed by Hannah Miller with 4. L.B. DeBerry with 3. Clara Callahan with 2. And Neely Barrier with 2. I expect to see all of those numbers go up dramatically in the second half as the Tigers will be coming back out with an opportunity to upset the Bobcats after losing by 2 over at Selmer a couple of weeks ago. To me, it looks like a game of inside and out, just like it was 2 weeks ago.
That's what I was thinking watching the ball game, and it looks exactly like last time, except McNairy this go around, they're a little bit more successful inside. They're bigger than we are, a little bit more physical. You've got Clara down there. She's a senior. She can battle. But Shaylee, she's a freshman. She'll get after it too. But
she's doing a good job holding her own down there. It's going to take time for her.
One thing I noticed a while ago, I didn't mention it, but I will now. But one thing I noticed we were doing late in the second quarter, seemed like we were passing up some shots that were open. Instead of looking to shoot, we were looking to pass. And offensively, outside, we're just not doing what we've been able to do this season. And that's really fired up from that three-point line and get that going. It may be something they're doing. They're taking it away from us, playing man a little bit more, not playing zone. That allows us to shoot over the top of it. That may have something to do with it. But we got to figure that out this week.
Coach Jerry Lott has got Whitmore and Shelton both reaching in on the perimeter and not giving, our players like Barrier or DeBerry or Miller much time to get a three off. We might get one off, but it's going to have to be slightly rushed because they're being badgered by those two defenders, and it's taking its toll.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we got a minute or so before the third quarter begins. We will take a pause here, and we'll be right back after these messages. Hardin County set to take the ball out to begin the third period of play. They're down 20-16 at the hands of the Lady Bobcats of McNairy Central over on the other side of the river. Long storied rivalry between these two schools. Miller takes the inbounds pass, goes underneath now to Callahan. Callahan backs up, puts a shot off, no good. Rebound taken down by Shelton. Shelton comes out, dribbling, goes on the left wing to Taylor. Taylor back to Shelton on the right side. Shelton spin move, stops at the free throw line, catches Wade charging the basket. Wade took it one step, laid it off the glass, and it's 22-16. The Tigers down by 6. DeBerry now in the forecourt to Barrier. Barrier back to LB. Now on the right side, Barrier has gone full circle from left to right. She's on the right wing now. Back to DeBerry, that is. Strickland tries to go down the right side, has it knocked away. Whitmore comes up with the loose ball, dribbles into the forecourt, decides she doesn't have the numbers, sets it back, and here's a three-pointer that's in and out, no good by Wade. Rebound finally in the hands of Strickland. Strickland outlet pass now to DeBerry underneath to Callahan. Callahan's shot won't go. Shelton steals the rebound, gets the outlet pass, and going in for an easy layup is Lena Taylor. Taylor got out in front of everybody. Had a good pass down there by Shelton, and it will be Tiger basketball down now by 8. Strickland down in the corner now to DeBerry. She rolls to the circle on the right side now, gets it to Miller. Miller drives around, goes in for the layup. It's going to be blocked by Wade. Wade comes out, passes it down the floor to Taylor, and the Bobcats on the offensive attack again. Underneath, right into the hands of Callahan. So, Callahan gets the steal, gets it out now to DeBerry on the right side now to Hannah Miller. Now DeBerry head of the key. 5:46 left in the third. It's 24-16. Now there's a timeout, maybe a nosebleed or something going on.
Yeah, it looks like she's got.
They're pulling Brooklyn Ricks off the floor. Stop the game there with 5:45 remaining in the third. Barrier inbounds to Strickland. Strickland to Miller on the right wing. Miller reverse pivot back to Strickland underneath to Callahan, and Clara goes underneath for a shot that never got off, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called, and it's going to be on Wade, her first. Team's first in this quarter. First shot by Callahan is good. Second one coming. She missed it. So the Tigers right now 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Rebound's going to be taken down by the Bobcats, by the way, and they're down the floor. To Shelton. Shelton drives, bank shot off the left side, right over barrier, and scored. Nifty looking.
Yeah, they're just taking it to us inside.
Running jumper, yeah, and hitting things. We're getting it inside. We're just not able to get a shot off. A clean one anyway. So the Tigers come down the floor offensively. Strickland goes on the right side, misses the bank shot. She was open momentarily, but the shot's going to be rebounded, but lost out of bounds. Touch last by the Tigers. Full court pressure being as Green checks back into the game. Here's a long outlet pass to Taylor. Taylor goes under for the shot. It's going to be blocked out of bounds by Green. Nice play by Shaylee Green. Managed to get away with it without a foul there. And into the game for the Tigers, Kylie Ramsey. Out comes Green. And Bobcats inbound it. Here's a three-pointer by Taylor. It's off, no good. Rebound, Ramsey. Over to Strickland, to DeBerry. Back to Strickland. Right side of the Miller now, to Miller on the wing. To DeBerry, back out. Here's Miller for three, dead away, missed it. Rebound is Wade. Wade outlet pass to Shelton. Shelton drives down, puts the shot up, no good. Ramsey with the rebound. Bounce pass over to Strickland. Long pass down the barrier. It's going to be stolen away by Shelton in midair. Shelton back on the attack, down in the corner to Whitmore. Whitmore to Wade. Wade drives in the paint, kicks it out to Shelton. Shelton drives and throws it back in, but it's going to throw it right into the hands of Strickland. So Riley ends up with the basketball. Kind of surprised her. Now to Barry in the corner for three. A little too hard. Rebound taken down by Whitmore. She's running. Drives in the paint, puts up the shot. Off, no good. Rebound, Ramsey. 26-17. Tigers down by 9. They need to get some offense going here pretty soon. Strickland. Right now they're down 6-1 in this quarter. Goes over to Miller. Back out to Barrier, who's way outside. Now over to Strickland, who's trying to evade Taylor. Now underneath the Ramsey. Ramsey goes in for the shot. Shot didn't get overhead high, but she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot two. Foul's going to be on Shelton. That's the second team foul. Shelton's first. Second team foul for the Bobcats. Kylie Ramsey negotiates the first free throw. She got it. 26-18 now. Second shot, yes, cleanly in the cotton.
I don't know why we take her out. She comes in three rebounds, free throw line. She's making it difficult for them inside. They're not getting that second and third chance.
So full court pressure being applied. Clayton gets it across the timeline. That's Anna Clayton in for the Bobcats. Underneath the Wade. Wade's jumper got 360'd and came out. Fight for it down in the corner, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. They claim by the Tigers, but I thought Wade came across and hit it last. Not my call, as usual. Shelton will inbound it for the Bobcats to Whitmore. Or Taylor, rather. It's a pass in, and Strickland gets a nifty little steal there. As picking it up was DeBerry. She lobbed it out. It's going to be stolen back by the Bobcats. Now they're in the paint with it. Now another loose ball, and Barrier goes to her knee holding the basketball. And there is a jump ball called, which will be Bobcat basketball. I know that because I saw the direction he pointed. So give it to McNairy on the baseline. Inbounds to Taylor. That's Lena Taylor. On the left side is Shelton. Bailey Shelton. Now there's a whistle and a foul called. Or was it?
Yeah, it was a foul.
I didn't see who they called it on. He never made an overture to the desk. Oh, well.
Pierce back in for Miller.
Miller goes out. Pierce comes in. And the Bobcats have the basketball following that mystery call. Now Shelton in a circle, 18 feet away. Shot won't go. Rebound taken down by Taylor. Driving layup once on the rebounds off, no good, and knocked out of bounds. They're saying touch last by the Tigers. And Coach Kirk is kind of like I am. I thought the Bobcats touched it last, but now there's Jerry Lott's very much happy with the call. You'd expect that. Bobcats try it in. It's knocked out. They'll have to try it again. Inbound to Taylor. Taylor stops. She's about 12 feet away. Now to Shelton, or rather Whitmore drives in the lane, puts up a shot. Off, no good. Rebounds taken down there by Green. Down the floor they come with DeBerry. DeBerry is going in the lane, lost it. It's picked up by the Bobcats. They're back down the floor underneath, and an easy layup for Lena Taylor. I'm not really sure what happened under there with DeBerry, but it got loose, and the Bobcats capitalized on it. Now it's 28-19, 1:52 left to go in the third. Bobcats on top. Strickland in the paint, tries to lob in the Green, batted back out, rejected quickly under there by Taylor. Down low now to Green. Green misses the shot, goes up for the second shot. She's thrown to the floor, and not maliciously. Wade helped her up off the floor, but foul is going to be on. And that's going to be on. Shelton. As to the line goes Green. First shot of a two-shot penalty is off, no good. So Shaley goes back for the second. She can cut it to 8 here. She missed it. Rebound, knocked out. Both teams vying for it, and it seems like the Bobcats getting an awful lot of those calls. 1:36 left to go in the quarter. Out a pass to Whitmore. Whitmore in the forecourt, stopped there by Green. Green pushes her all the way out to the perimeter. Now to Shelton on the left. Over to Taylor. Taylor picked up by Strickland outside, goes right side. And Whitmore will circle around, get it to Wade. Wade goes in. Green blocks the shot under. Nice block by Shaley. Ball does go out of bounds. Give it to the Bobcats. 1:12 left in the third now. 28-19. Inbounds pass is going to be stolen away by Miller. Miller got it for the Tigers. Out the pass down to Green. Green underneath. Goes up for the shot. Got it. Yes. Shaley Green gets her 7th point on the night. And it's 28-21, Bobcats. 56 seconds remaining. Now Shelton dribbles down the left side. Can't get very far before she's pushed out all the way to the sideline. On the left, Whitmore now on the right. Taylor takes a long three. Drained it. That hurt. And the Tigers take it out in the backcourt. Across the timeline comes Strickland. 23 seconds. Here's a steal by Taylor. Strickland got it back. Down toward the baseline. Coming out with it is Miller. Over to Pierce on the left. The long three's off, no good. 13 seconds remaining. The Bobcats running. Across the timeline comes Taylor. Kicks it to Shelton. She'll put up the three with 5 seconds. It's off, no good. And there's a shot at the last split second. Put up and no good by Anna Clayton. In the third quarter comes to a close. And it is now 31-21. The Tigers down by 10. We'll be back for the fourth quarter in 1 minute.
One minute.
31-21. Bobcats on top of the Tigers going into the final regular stanza of the game. Looking for an uptick on Tiger offense here. They were outscored 11-5 in the third. And they're going to need a little help here if they're going to come back, and they have it tied up on the offensive end of the floor as DeBerry was working against Whitmore, and Whitmore stole the basketball away, and they went to the floor, called a hell ball, and it will be Bobcat basketball. And here they come down the floor on the right side to Shelton. Shelton picked up by Barrier, rolls to the left side and hands it off to Taylor. Tigers still in a man-to-man. It's a lob underneath and an easy layup as Anna Clayton is left open alone in the lane. Tigers get it back now. Here's a three-pointer off the left side that is finally going to fall for Lily Beth. Lily Beth gets the three there. And the Tigers will go back on defense, driving underneath. Jumper's going to be up and good by Wade. Wade gets it two. And it's 35-24, 6:29 left to go. Strickland across the timeline. Goes now to DeBerry. DeBerry over to Strickland, goes down to that spot on the baseline where she likes that little jumper. She didn't get it off. It got knocked out of bounds, and it'll be touched last by the Bobcats with 6:19 remaining. So, with 6:18 now left on the scoreboard in the game, Miller has it in the paint, outside now. Now to DeBerry for three. That's two in a row by Lily Beth. She's come alive, and it's 35-27, 8 points the difference. Bobcats on the action end. Under 6 minutes to go. They're going to throw it away. Tigers needed that one. Lena Taylor overshot Shelton in the paint, and it's out of bounds. Give it to Hardin County. 5:51 left to go here. And the Tigers get it over on the right side now, or left side rather, to DeBerry. Now over, and a three-pointer put up and no good by Hannah Miller. Rebound taken down by Taylor. 5:30 left in the fourth now. Tigers down by 8. Shelton. Left side now to Taylor. Now to Whitmore. Whitmore gets it over, and a break and move to the basket by Shelton. It's going to turn into an easy layup.
Boy, they've done that to us all night.
They just beat the dickens out of us with that play, and it's 37-27 now as the Lady Tigers work it down the floor. They go to Callahan in the corner, and they try to get it to Strickland. Strickland lost it for just a second, stepped on the line, and there will be another turnover. Out comes Miller, in comes Pierce for the Lady Tigers. Under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Tigers down by 10. Long pass down the floor to Wade. Wade's in the paint. It's going to go under, bothered by Callahan, but Callahan overran her, and Wade's going to get an easy deuce. 39-27. Tigers across the timeline. That's Pierce. Goes under now to Barrier. Barrier gives it to Callahan. Callahan slides in underneath the right side of the basket and will be fouled at that point. Foul's going to be on Shelton, I believe. That'll be her third, if I'm correct. Indeed, that is the third foul on Bailey Shelton. To the line goes Callahan, shooting two. First shot is good. Lady Tigers kind of stayed in the game here with the 9 points they've scored so far from the free throw line. And there's a icing timeout by Coach Lott as 4:28 left to go here in the fourth period. Tigers down 39-28, back in 30 seconds. Callahan on the line for the second of two free throws, and she got them both.
Kind of a strange timeout right there at that spot.
Yeah, and I think we called it. I thought for a second that Coach Lott did, but the official looked over at Coach Kurt, so I don't know. Anyway, it's 39-29. It's a 10-point game right now. Tigers down, needing some defensive interruption here to give them a chance to put some points on the board. Clayton to Whitmore. Outside now to Taylor. Bobcats in no hurry to even approach the basket. Whitmore going to go out to Shelton. Shelton crosses the court from right to left, hands it off to Whitmore, who hands it back to Taylor. Under 3:40 now. Tigers still down by 10. A whistle and a foul call. That's the first team foul, so we got quite a few before there'll be any shooting. And Bobcats will inbound it with 3:37 left to go. Clock running here with Wade to Taylor on the right side. Now a whistle and a foul is going to be called. I think it's going to be on Strickland. All right, this foul a moment ago was Hannah Miller. They finally put it up on the board so I could confirm it, and then that one is going to be on Strickland. But that's only the second team foul. We got 3 minutes to go. We got to have at least three more just to be able to put them on the line for two. So Moore goes to Taylor. Taylor outside now to Shelton. Back to Whitmore to Wade. Wade shoots it outside now to Taylor. Now there's a foul and another personal foul
and a timeout
assessed now to Strickland, and now there's timeout on the floor. So 39-29, 3:04 left to go in the fourth quarter. We've got a 1 minute timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Shelton inbounds it for the Bobcats, gets it to the head of the key to Taylor. Taylor kicks it immediately to the left of Whitmore. Underneath, and a driving attempt by Carissa Moore is going to turn into a traveling call. They're going to give it to the Tigers. On the turnover, Tigers down by 10. They got less than 3 minutes to right this deficit. And they're going to have to come up with a little more mojo here Underneath they go to Green. Green spins, turns, shoots, misses. Rebound is going to be knocked out of bounds. Touch last by the Bobcats.
It's been that way all night, man.
Green just gets it right on the edge of the rim, and it comes the wrong way.
Yeah. I mean, we've missed so many shots, just
inside
point blank, and just unable to
now
get it done.
To DeBerry, a long three off the right side by Barrier. It's off, no good. Long rebound outside, picked up by the Bobcats, and they're running. Shelton goes out in the middle to Taylor. She's standing on the Tiger ear. Kicks it back to Shelton. Shelton guarded by Barrier. Now Taylor. There's going to be I'm thinking probably a foul called here on Barrier. That's her first. Looked like a hell ball to me. That's the fourth team foul, so from now on they'll be at least going to the line on these. Here's a pass underneath to Shelton.
Yeah.
Shelton working against Barry. You spun and turn around a little jumper, and she picked up two. Now it's a 12-point deficit. 1:52 remaining. So Barrier gets it over and going in. It's Miller. Miller drives in, lays it up and in. Good job. Hannah Miller gets her 6th point. Tigers get back quickly on defense. They stop Whitmore. Now outside is Shelton. 1:30 remaining. Tigers are going to have to put them on the line quick. I got a lot of points to make up. There's a pass inside, stolen away by Miller. Tigers get the break they need. Down the floor they come with DeBerry on the left side of Barrier. Quick three-pointers. Drained it, yes. DeBerry hits her. That was Barrier hits a three-pointer there. And it's now 41-34. Timeout on the floor. Tigers down by 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. .116 left to go on the clock. Tigers down by 7 now. A steal and a score on that last possession put them in a spot where they possibly can come back and tie this up or win it. Taylor gets the inbounds pass, goes to Shelton in the backcourt. Full court pressure being applied man-to-man by the Tigers. They go to Whitmore on the right side. They beat the press and get it into the forecourt. 1:02 now. Going to have to put him on the line. Shelton in the lane. They're just dodgeballing it on the offensive end of the floor. Now there's a whistle and a foul called.
A lot of precious moments. Seconds going off the clock there during that deal.
Yeah, and we should have fouled much earlier, particularly down by 7 this close to the end of the game. But Shelton was going to go to the line to shoot 2. First shot is good. And that's not helping the cause. The Tiger cause, that is. Miller checks in. Pierce checks out. She's got both of them. And the Bobcats are doing what they got to do to win. I mean, they're getting it in and hitting the shots they need to hit. Tigers come up the floor. Go to DeBerry. Now to Barrier on the left wing. Barrier drives in the lane, goes in for the layup. Got it, yes. So Neely Barrier finally gets free from some defensive work and gets down the floor. Got 43-36 now. Back to a 7-point lead. Here's a whistle and a foul call. It's going to be on Strickland as well, I think. And that's her third. To the line is Bailey Shelton. She's shooting 2. First shot's good. She's got 14 now tonight.
And they're good from the free throw line.
Yeah, you know, Jerry Lott's teams are always good at the free throw line. 45-36 now. Tigers down by 9. 24 seconds in the green. Green's open for an easy layup. Got it up and in, and now there's a quick timeout. Timeout, Hardin County, with 20.6 seconds remaining. Tigers down by 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. .6 seconds remaining in the fourth period. Hardin County down 45-38. It's going to be a stretch to win this one. Shelton to Taylor. Taylor hoping to get fouled in the backcourt. Back to Shelton. Shelton gets it off to Taylor. Still no foul. 8 seconds left, and they finally put a hand on Lena Taylor. That's going to be the fourth on Strickland.
That one you might want to just let go. At this point.
Taylor's on the line. First shot's up, and as you would expect, it's good. That's the 5th free throw they've hit tonight. Second one they missed.
You got him.
There so. 6 seconds. Tigers down 46-38. Here's a shot with 1 second left, no good. Green's turnaround jumper is up and good at the buzzer, but it's too little and too late. As the Tigers will fall 46-40 at the hands of the McNairy County Bobcats, Lady Bobcats, of course.
Yeah, that was a tough game. That was not what I was expecting. I thought it would be a much closer game. I mean, 46-40.
It's pretty close, but
well,
still.
Yeah, but still.
I'm sort of like you. It's not indicative of how much better a game that McNairy played tonight than the Tigers did, and they just took us out of our element, and we couldn't get into our element. And putting pressure on the perimeter shooters, which has been our breadbasket all year, trying to force it down low to players who aren't used to playing that game as much.
Right.
You know, you got to know that Clara and Shaylee and even Kylie want that ball down inside. They're just not getting it that often down inside to learn how to maneuver the score under there. And it takes repetition.
Right.
And they hadn't had it, so.
Well, yeah, and, you know, one thing I did notice, and we were talking about it during the break, is our energy level just didn't seem to be there tonight. I don't know why. I mean, anything can happen, you know. I mean, we're talking about kids sick or whatever. Homecoming week, I don't think that has anything to do with it, but the energy level just wasn't there. We seemed to be a step behind them all the time. Our defensive pressure wasn't what it has been. Now, as I was sitting here thinking about this, and you may agree or disagree, that game Friday night was hard on us with Southside, and they pressured us and pressured us and pressured us, and it took every ounce that we could do and to get through that game, number one. But, you know, they stayed after us pretty well, and it was a very physical game. And I just wonder – maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, you know, we talked about the challenge that playing against a team of that caliber is as a positive factor for younger players. It can also work as a depressive factor for the older players. I mean, they literally, on several occasions, it looked like they were embarrassed by what was going on because they were being pounded so much by that Lady Hawk defensive attack, you know.
Well, and we haven't really shot the lights out the last – I'd say 2 or 3 games. And then, you know, you come back Thursday night, Lexington's not going to be any easier. They're going to be a physical matchup too.
You can say that, but if you go back to before Christmas, Barrier and DeBerry and Miller all were getting three-point shots efforts that weren't rushed. They were set. They had time to align themselves. Tonight, every three-pointer we put up was in the process of being rushed because of the Bobcat defense.
Yeah, they're playing man against us.
Yeah.
They're not setting back,
Right.
letting us shoot over the top of them because
they know we can.
They're not worried about us getting inside or going having somebody, a big person in the middle to really make them get out of that, or we're not shooting the ball well enough to make them want to get out of it. There's a lot of factors there. You've got to work inside out. And if you don't have that scoring power inside, there's no reason for them to get out of that.
Well, there's all kinds of excuses that we can come up with. The point is the Bobcats outplayed the Tigers.
Yeah, they were
tonight.
Good tonight. They're much improved. I'll say that.
Better than they were in the previous meeting.
Yep.
And the Tigers held them 6, so maybe there's a plus in that. We'll leave it to the fans and spectators. 46-40, the final. Bobcats win it. Lady Tigers now will go to 14-8 on the season, and we'll be facing. Let's see who we got this later on this
Lexington
week.
on Thursday and Chester County on Saturday. In Chester County right now at halftime, I'm sure it's getting close to being over with. They were defeating Southside, and they're looking to go 2-0 against Southside. They've already beaten them once, so they're coming in here on Saturday night.
That's great news.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's an opportunity for the Tigers to find that magic that it takes to get that win string started back, and we'll see if we can't get her done. A few minutes before the start of the second game of the night, so stay with us here on K93. 46-40 the final. Lady Tigers fall. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors. score tonight, and the unofficial scoring thus for the first game tonight, it has Bailey Shelton scoring 15 points. She's followed by Lena Taylor with 12. Niraja Wade had 10. Haley Whitmore had 9. Again, those are unofficial. The Lady Tigers tonight will be paced by Shaylee Green with 11. Lilybeth DeBerry with 9. Neely Barrier with 7. Hannah Miller with 6. Clara Callahan with 5. Kylie Ramsey with 2. And that's your scoring for the Lady Tigers tonight. They again fall to 14-8 on the season, and we'll head into Thursday night's game right here at Michaela Welch. So we're going to take another quick pause here for a word from the folks that make these broadcasts possible, and we'll be right back. Nightcap about to start here from Michaela Welch. Bill Sharp here along with Steve Carnell. It's Bobcats and Tigers. Perennial rivalry goes back so many years we don't even want to count them. Older than we are, I'd have to say, for sure. And Stacy Riley, the head coach of the Bobcats, firing his team up as Ryan Geyer down there on his end of the floor. And the introduction of starting lineups is underway. First off the bench is Darian Clark. Then Ethan Johnston. Case Stone. Jabari Melton. And Jackson Price. House lights come down. Spotlight comes up. I saw Taylor Couch down heaving three-pointers earlier tonight. And he's being introduced as usual. Glad to see he's doing well. Jackson Burdine, a sophomore, first starter announced. LaMarian White, a sophomore, getting some valuable experience. J.T. Smith, a senior. Be here with senior night. Will be before you know it. Tanner Davis, a senior. And Carson Phillips, a senior. The 5 starters. Head coach Ryan Geyer, assistant coaches Todd McGee and Nick Ritter. Tigers are 12-9 on the season and would like to go into the Baker's Dozen club here with 13. If they can pull off a victory It was a close game when they played one another a couple of weeks ago. Bobcats did win, but and McNairy will get the tap as Davis didn't even jump. There's a pass inside now. Turn around, jumper by Melton. It's off, no good. Long rebound outside, picked up by Clark. Now on the right side is Stone. Crossing the lane, Johnston has it. Goes in the corner now. Back around. Here's the three-pointer off the left side. It's off, no good. Burdine with the rebound. Burdine running. Stops. On the left side goes to Davis. Tanner gets a pick outside. Instead goes to Burdine on the left wing. Burdine getting instructions from Coach Geyer. Now crosses the lane, and now they're going to call a push-off foul on Burdine. That was a slight infraction if it was one. That's a touch foul if it was. They may be going to call this one tight. So, Bobcats take it out now with Melton on the right side. To Price, outside. Now on the left side to Stone. Johnston. They're just kind of handing it off to each other. Outside the man-to-man defense that the Tigers have set up. Here's a long three-pointer. In and out, no good. Davis snags the rebound, saves it inbounds, and gets it to JT. JT out in the pass to Burdine. Burdine hooks a pass to White in the corner for three. Off, no good. Rebound, Stone. Outlet pass down to Clark. Clark back to Stone now. To Melton. Melton in the circle. Lays it out. Nobody there for a second. Clark came up with it. Driving in the lane and putting up a layup. Nice athletic move in there by Price. And Price gets the first 2 points of the game. Bobcats lead 2-0. Burdine giving a three on the left side. Decides not to. Goes instead to JT on the right. JT hands it off to Davis. Davis has it knocked away by Melton out of bounds. Almost in Coach Riley's lap there. It'll be Hardin County basketball. Down 2-0. 5:44 left to go in the first. Steal there by Stone. Out of pass and a quick trip down the other end of the floor. Darian Clark is going to pick up a deuce off of the steal, and it's 4-0. Tigers go now to Phillips at the line. To JT. Breaks double team, goes underneath, and is going to be fouled as he goes up for the shot. Foul is going to be on Darian Clark, his first. And it will be the team's first. Both teams will one apiece now. 5:22 left to go in the first. 4-0 Bobcats. On the line, and JT misses a free throw. Uncharacteristic of him is, particularly since it was short. Caught the front of the rim and came down. Second shot, nailed it. Just needed a little warm up there. Tigers on the board now, 4-1. Bobcats on top. 5:19 remaining. As Stone goes on the right side now. Look at the Price. Price goes to the free throw line to Melton. Melton giving the three, doesn't take it. Over to Clark now on the left side. Back around the horn. Johnston with it. Now Clark takes a long three. It's off, no good. Long rebound taken down by Johnston. Pass on the baseline to Clark. Clark back to Johnston on the right. White gets a reach in and knocks it out of bounds. 4:43 left in the first. It's 4-1 Bobcats. Johnston inbounds. Gets it to Stone. Stone looking inside. They're trying to get it to Melton. Melton covered up by Davis. Now to kick in the corner now and driving in, going up for the shot and scoring is Stone. It's 6-1 now. Tigers down by a nickel. 4:18 left to go, first period. Just about halfway gone in the first already. Burdine, head fakes, drives, banks it home, hits it, but they're going to wave it off and say it was a foul on Stone before the shot. That'll give it to the Tigers baseline. JT will do the honors. Inbound to Burdine. Burdine between the legs dribble. Prances forward and prances back. Now to JT out at the Tigers' ear. JT catches Phillips charging. They kick it in the corner to Burdine. Burdine avoids the three, instead goes in and banks it home from the left side. So Burdine gets his first deuce on the night, and the Tigers' first shot from the floor. And it's 6-3 now. Tigers down by Trey. Stone working against Burdine on the left side. Goes over now to Clark. Here's a jumper, or actually a fadeaway set shot by Melton, and he hit it about 15 feet, practically on the free throw line. 8-3 now as Burdine slowly comes across the timeline. Got it into Phillips. You could see he was trying to get it to him. Phillips slid down, took the pass, laid it up and in. Carson Phillips gets his first 2 points on the night, and it's 8-5. Tigers once again down by 3. With it is Johnston. Johnston drives through the paint, stops about halfway down outside the lane, gets it over to Stone. Stone in the paint, spins about 10 feet away, back out to Johnston, now to Stone for 3. It's off, back rim, goes over the back of the backboard and out of bounds. Give it to the Tigers in the backcourt, and an opportunity with a 3 to tie this ball game up. Imagine a brand new ball game with more than 2 minutes left to go in the first period. Tigers have trailed the whole game so far. Burdine gets it out to Phillips. Phillips in the paint. Kicks it out to JT for 3. He got it. JT uncorks a 3 from the right side, and we're tied at 8. What did I tell you? 2:12 left to go. Brand new ball game. Stone in the corner. Now to Clark. Clark gets in trouble with JT. Kicks it back outside now to Johnston. Johnston to Melton. Melton takes the 3. No. Rebound, Phillips. Now Davis gets it quickly to Burdine. Burdine running. He backs up Stone and then backs up himself on the left side. Now to Saunders. Jacob Saunders, who's into the game now for the Tigers. As Wyke is on the bench. Now to Saunders in the corner on the left side. He dribbles to the post where Phillips is standing and kicks it out to JT. JT back to Phillips. Phillips drives in. And they kick it out to Davis for 3. This one's off. Well wide of the mark. Johnston gets the rebound, and the Bobcats are running with 1:17 left to go here in the first, tied at 8. Here's a kick back and a double dribble called by Case Stone. Or is that a foul call? Yep, they're going to call a foul on Stone. I thought maybe it was double dribbling the signal that he made. But they're going to call a foul on Stone. That's his second. And the Tigers will take it out. Tied at 8 with 1:12 left to go here in the first period. Burdine gets a signal from Coach Geyer. Goes now to Phillips at the head of the key. Now, here's Wyke for 3. Got it. The Marion Wyke knocks the 3 down. The Tigers lead 8-5, or rather 11-8. Get right in a minute. Across the timeline comes Johnston. Goes right side. With it is Melton. Melton goes underneath, and a driving basket by Ethan Johnston is going to find the mark as he came in on the left side, put it off the glass, and it's 11-10. Tigers up by a mere point now. Phillips, right side to Wyke. Down in the corner to Davis. They're not giving Tanner much room at all to breathe in there as he drives the baseline. The ball gets stripped away, saved by the Bobcats, and they're back down the floor immediately. So Melton goes outside now to Allen. That's killing Allen. Here's a shot at the buzzer. It's off, no good. The end of the first period. It's 11-10. Tigers up by 1. And we'll take a 60-second pause for the cause. Right back after this. Jackson Burdine takes the inbounds pass to begin the second period. Tigers up by 1. Burdine goes to Davis and right back to him. Long pass over to JT. Right side out of Burdine for 3. Yes! Jackson Burdine launches a three-pointer from the left side and scores. It's 14-10 now. Just underway second period. Lob inside. Clark kicks it out. Here is a three-pointer. It's in and out by Milton. Rebound is Saunders. Now to JT. Saunders underneath. Left alone. He scores. And he's fouled. Fouls on Milton, I'm thinking. Check, that's 25. That's going to be Price. Saunders gets the deuce, goes to the line for 1. Got it, boy. I mean, it took a circular route, but it finally went in. So, 17-10. Quite a reversal of fortunes from the first quarter. Tigers up 6-0 in this quarter. Now, Melton with it in the lane. Gets it over and driving in is Stone. And, man, he can get a nice layup in the paint right off the left side of the backboard. And it's 17-12. Now to Davis in the corner for 3. No! That's 7-20 and came out. Melton with the rebound. Oh, he was robbed on that one. Clark is over now to Stone, driving in and getting a layup is Ethan Johnston. Nifty little play there. He went right into the teeth of the Tiger big man and threw up a left-hand shot that scored 17-14. Tigers go into it with Wyke inside. Wyke and Saunders both in the game now with there's a attempted steal finally recovered in the backcourt by Burdine. Down in the corner now to Shelton, or rather to Saunders. Now around to Burdine. Into Wyke. Wyke drives, scores. Went right into the face of Ryder Plunk and scored. So Wyke gets his 5th point on the night. Impressive drive there with Allen kicking it left now to Darian Clark. Back to Allen. Allen looks in, tries to go inside. It's saved in. I was going out, and Melton saved it back into the hands of JT. JT's down the floor, kicks it to Burdine in the corner for 3. He got it. Yes. Burdine buries one off the right side. And it's 22-14. 5:11 left to go here in the second period. Tigers beginning to light it up here, scoring 11 points already in the first 3 minutes of this second period. Here's an attempt to move it around the horn by the Bobcats. Burdine almost got a steal there, knocked it out of bounds. It's going to be inbounded there by Allen now. Now to Clark. Back to Johnston. Johnston has his pocket pick coming up with it. It's White. White is going to go down for the layup. It's out of bounds. They're going to say he got overrun by two players. I don't know how that's not a foul, but it wasn't. They're saying it's out of bounds on White. Funny game. 22-14. Bobcats on top, or rather the Tigers on top, and the Bobcats down the floor. Clark has it on the right side. Now a whistle. And a foul call on Saunders, I think. Yep, I think it's a foul away from the basketball. And so, Darian Clark now dribbling outside for the Bobcats. Drives down on the low post, kicks it outside to Johnston. Johnston now to Melton. Melton in the lane, has it stripped away. Burdine comes up with the loose ball, and the Tigers are in the forecourt. Wanting to add to this 8-point lead. JT kicks it over in the corner now to Saunders. Out to Davis. Davis covered up there by Melton. They do not intend for Tanner Davis to shoot a three. Instead, they'll let White take it from the corner. No good. I thought Saunders had the rebound, but it came off and was finally controlled by Plunk. Plunk will go now to Allen. Here's a long three-pointer buried. I mean, we're talking NBA. Yeah, NBA three-pointer, but there's a little more drama to this than meets the eye. As Clark gets the three, but he also gets a T for something he said after he buried a three-pointer that the official did not care for at all. Immediately teed him up for, I'm sure it had to do with some foul language. It's generally a bad idea to let your mouth overload your shooting touch. Tanner Davis is on the line now. Will be shooting, I don't know how many shots, probably. There'll be more than one, but he missed the first one.
He'll get two in the ball.
I think he gets two when we get the ball, yeah. So he hits 1 out of 2 there. And the Tigers will get the basketball. And a chance to completely eradicate that three that Clark got. But here comes the Tigers. JT to Jackson Burdine. Left, right, now to Davis baseline. He'll kick it down the baseline, trying to catch it to Saunders. Saunders couldn't handle the bounce pass. It goes out of bounds. Into the game comes Phillips. Out comes Saunders. The Tigers with JT, Lamarian, Jackson, Tanner, and Carson on the floor right now. So Josh Sane in the game for the Bobcats. Handling the ball right now is Melton on the left side. Here's a three-pointer. It's off, no good. Looking for the corner. Finally, Melton is going to end up knocking it out into the corner, out of bounds, touch last by Josh Sane. Tigers have it with 2:54 left to go in a half, leading 23-17. Burdine to the right side down to JT. Into White. White back to JT for three. Yes. JT Smith has his 8th point. Tigers right now outscoring the Bobcats 15-7 in this quarter. They lead 26-17. Working outside. They get it over now to Sane. Sane works in the lane going against JT. Backs in. And finally, there's a whistle and a foul called, and it's going to be on Phillips. And that's his first, team second here in the second quarter. 2:12 left to go here. Tigers up 26-17. Bobcats working with it. Melton picks up the dribble at the head of the key, goes right side. Down underneath there to Sane. Back outside. Warning a three was Allen, decided not to. Instead went to Melton on the left wing. Driving and putting up a bank shot. Nice move inside is Ethan Johnston. He picked up the deuce, hitting a right-handed bank on the left side. With 1:42 left here in the second period, there's timeout on the floor. Timeout McNairy. Tigers lead 26-19, back in 30. Tigers have it in the backcourt. 1:42 left to go in a half. They lead 26-19. Now all you got to do is play defense and just score more than they do. One more, or you just break even from here on out, and you got a winner. Burdine has it on the left side to Davis in the corner for three. Holy moly. I like that even better. Tanner Davis will pick up a three to begin the second period. Or actually with 1:16 left to go here in the second period. And Melton has it for the Bobcats now. Outside now to Sane. Tigers up 29-19. With it on the left side now is Allen. Allen goes underneath, and driving in and scoring is Ethan Johnston. He picked up his 8th point tonight. And with 46 seconds left in the half, the Tigers lead 29-21. Burdine across the timeline. Picked up by Allen. Now Carson Phillips is going to be fouled with 32 seconds left. And the Tigers will take it outside court. To Burdine down in the corner.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to Wyke in the corner. It goes right through his hand. I don't know if the ball wet. That's two passes that have been just slipped right through the hands. And it will be Bobcat basketball with 25 seconds left as they dribble it down. Down by 8. Bobcats would love nothing better than to get a bucket here. Allen dribbling outside, covered by Burdine. Now to Melton. It's come way out high, 9 seconds. He's going to get it over now to Allen. Allen. And a shot underneath. It's going to be off no good at the buzzer, and that's going to be the end of the first half of play as Johnston took that last shot, and it didn't go. And the Tigers lead it 29-21.
Yeah, interesting first half. Tigers kind of got off to a slow start, got behind 6-1, and then heated it up from three-point land and got some timely baskets. Burdine, a couple of threes. That helped. White. Tanner got one there late. And, 8-point lead going into halftime. We just got to keep it up.
No question. So we've got some time here for our sponsors to lend. If you'll lend an ear for them, we'd appreciate it. And we'll be back after these messages. Stay here, right here on K93, your number one sports station in Savannah.
All right, welcome back to Hardin County Basketball right here on 93.5 FM, WKWXFM.com, the WKWX app, and streaming live on YouTube channel Slice 93. 29-21 at the half between the Tigers and the Bobcats in the nightcap. Lady Tigers lost by 6 earlier to McNairy's Lady Bobcats. We'll bring in Coach Brandon Kirk. Coach, kind of a tough night, and I'll just tell you where we ended up the post-game show, and I want to get your opinion on this. Friday night was a tough night for us.
Yeah.
It was tough mentally, physically, a really good team. They stayed after us all night long. And this was the rebound game against McNairy. Not quite as physical, but they do run a lot of different sets. And just to be real honest, we looked a little tired or at times.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought we did at times, and I'd like to say it gets better. Like we gave them easy-ish days of practice, trying to keep legs and fresh, but it's tough, and it'll be coming Thursday. You just turn around Thursday, and here we are again playing. But like you said, the way Southside runs on you, it wears you down, and it takes time to recover from that. Defensively tonight, thought we played as good as you could ask for. Barring like the fouls at the end, in a tight game, you hold that team under 40, and if you hold teams under 40, you win. You got to finish at the rim. There's not a lot. You got to make layups. You got to finish at the rim, and that's not what we did our best at tonight.
Well, this game played out a lot like our first matchup with them. They like going inside, and we like trying our threes and trying to win it from the three-point line for the most part. Same kind of game tonight. The difference was they were making their shots tonight inside, and like I said, they had a lot of cuts. They were really moving the ball well, and it made it difficult, especially on an inexperienced team.
Yeah, and I thought like our game plans, we wanted to take away Taylor and Shelton, and I think Shelton, barring the last 30 seconds shooting free throws, was at like 6 points. Taylor ended up with 10. They hit in the first half. They hit several like free throw line jump shots, mid-range jump shots, which is that's a win as a defensive coach. That's what you want people taking is contested free throw line jump shots, and they were just hitting them, and I was telling them good shot. I just thought offensively, obviously we didn't shoot it well, but we just missed too many gimmies around the rim. And what we're learning is if you miss layups on one end, it leads to runouts on the other end. So every time you miss a layup, that's 4-point swing.
Yeah.
And so it don't take very long for that to add up. It's just little things. Little things when I preach all the time as long as I've coached. Little things is what wins the big games, and it's little things that they did tonight that we didn't do, and that's why we got beat.
Well, we've shot the ball well all season long, especially from three-point line, but here in the last, I'd say, 3 games, we've struggled.
Yeah, we hit three. I think Lily Beth hit 2, and then Neely hit 1.
I think that's it. Yeah.
It's not good for a team that's averaging double-digit made threes to come out and hit 3. And then heck, can still be in the basketball game. Honestly, that's what's so disheartening is our defense keeps us in the games. Sometimes you got to find a way to put it in the hole. And we came out, and I thought we executed early. We were going to call sets for the first 5 or 6 plays down to get inside looks, and that's what we did. I know we had it was like 8-4 or something like that us, and then it just kind of we started opening up, started missing a little bit around the rim, and they started scoring, and we stayed in it, never questioned their effort ever. Like that's one thing I will say is win, lose, or draw, you know what you're going to get out of them. But and I'm not one for moral victories. I don't know if you know this yet, but Chester beat Southside again.
Yeah.
So they'll be the 1 seed. We'll be 4 or 5 depending on Lexington, which won't matter because we'll play Lexington. So we'll match up if you beat Lexington in the play-in, you match up with Chester, who is honestly a better matchup. It ain't going to be a worse matchup for us than Southside.
Well, I'm interested in seeing Chester County if they beat that team twice.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready to see why they're hyped up and as good as they are. Cause film lies sometimes.
Well, basketball's a game of matchups anyway. You see that happen a lot of times where one team just matches up better with the other team, and you go, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
And but anyway, well, it's a tough night. We've got a tough week, so we lose tonight. Got to get these next two.
Got to get the next two. So move on to Thursday, wipe this one off, and we need to get Lexington twice is what we need in the next 2 weeks. We need to get them twice, and maybe we'll come out and shoot it a little bit better Thursday.
Well, that'll be on Thursday night. It'll be homecoming night. A lot of things going on this week. 3 games this week is a tough week, especially after missing a week off and trying to catch up. That'll be Thursday night, 6 p.m. tip right here on 93.5 FM. Thanks, Coach, for coming up. 29-21 is the score at halftime. Tigers on top. We'll be back with more Hardin County basketball when we return right after this.
(29-21) the halftime score, with the Tigers trailing the Bobcats by 8. And we're underway here in the third period as Case Stone will dribble it in, get it to Melton in the inside from 6 feet. He puts up a one-handed jumper, and nobody jumped with him, and he scored. There were several Tiger players in front, but nobody jumped to block the shot. As Davis takes it in, goes up to Wyke on the left side, back to JT on the right. Now Davis goes down. He's going to go in, have the bank shot as he runs toward the baseline, and he scores. So Tanner Davis went back and evened up the Melton basket a moment ago. And it's an 8-point game again. On the left side, Johnston. Outside to Clark. Right now, to Stone, who has it batted away by Burdine, picked up by Phillips, out to Burdine in the forecourt. He'll stop on the left wing, look inside, nobody there, backs off, goes to JT on the right now. JT, between the legs dribble, now to Wyke on the left, back to JT. JT kicks it down to Davis. Davis for 3, it's a little short, rebound taken down by Stone. Stone outlet pass, and down to receive it is Jabari Melton, and he'll get an easy deuce under there. Tigers get it back down to JT. JT in the corner to Wyke. Wyke drives in, goes to the glass, scores. Nice move by Lamarion Wyke.
Boy, he's just getting better and better, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And Wyke, a sophomore, if he could grow about 4 inches, he'd be absolutely awesome. Going to be pretty good as it is. Now Stone goes down to Melton on the left side. Back to Johnston. Melton gets it again in the paint about 10 feet away. Spins. Kicks it outside now to Price. He's on the right side. He goes to the left side now to Clark.
Well, they got a mismatch underneath.
Trying
to go to it.
Yeah, here's a steal by Burdine, though. As they try to pass it in, Burdine snatches it away and brings it into the forecourt. Goes to Davis. Davis drives, stops on the baseline, gets it under to Phillips. His little baby hook won't go. Rebound taken down by Stone. Stone running into forecourt. 3-on-2 fast break. And into the Beulah land goes Jabari Melton. He gets 2 more. He's got 8 tonight. And it's 33-27. Tigers up by 6 now. 5:19 left to go third. JT drives, stops, banks it, and is going to get called for a charge. All that effort, he ends up with a charging call. So that's his first, team's first, the first for either team in this quarter so far. 5:12 left to go. Tigers up 33-27. Case Stone drives all the way to the baseline, throws it over on in the corner right side to Price. Jackson Price. Now to Johnston. Johnston under to Melton. Melton goes in and is going to get called for the offensive foul of his own. And that's the first on Melton. Tanner Davis will inbound it to Burdine. Burdine now back to Davis. Davis is going to go to the baseline, bank it, missed it. Phillips with the rebound. A whistle and a foul is going to be called on Stone, I think. And that's going to be on Price. And that's 2 on him. To the line goes Tanner Davis to do what he likes to do, and that's shoot free throws. First one is good. Zipped right through there. Second shot is good. Got them both. Tigers are 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Bobcats are right now. Let's see, I had that. I mean, I lost it. Okay. Anyway, Bobcats with the basketball. They go to Melton. Melton on the left side now. Here's a three-pointer from the deep corner. It's off and no good there by Allen. Rebound taken down by Burdine. Burdine out to Davis. Davis in the forecourt already. To JT on the right side under to Phillips. Phillips has the shot. Got it, yes. So Carson Phillips just backed his derriere up to the backboard and turned and fired and scored. And it's a 10-point Tiger lead now. 37-27, halfway through the third period. With it is Stone. Now to Melton. He'll lose his balance and go traveling into the lane, and he's not getting up very quickly. Looked like he got a little bit of.
You know, last game we played here on Friday.
That was a wet spot, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had a couple of players that slid down there. One of them being Tanner early in the game.
And Burdine is looking at the floor now, thinking that it might be wet. But they're going to just play on it as Jackson Burdine will dribble across the timeline. Burdine has it tapped away, recovers it as Melton's on him right now. Drives into the lane to Phillips. Phillips puts up the shot and scores. That was kind of a nonchalant play, but Phillips just ended up with it and pushed it up and in. 39-27, Tigers by 12 now. And now they're driving down in the corner. Here's a three-pointer. It's off, no good. Rebound, Davis. Davis, 2-on-1 on the fast break. Drives in, puts it up, scores. So right now the Tigers are just putting it on the Bobcats as they've outscored them 12-6 in this quarter. And you lead 41-27. So with it now, and working outside is Johnston. Goes back now to Melton. Now here's a shot off the three-point range from the front by Stone. It's off, no good. Rebound Phillips. Phillips now to Davis. Davis running. Stops. Baseline White. Hooks it around to Phillips. Phillips banks it home. Phillips now with 8 points. 6 of them in this quarter. And there's timeout on the floor. Timeout Bobcats with 2:26 left to go in the third. Tigers lead 43-27. We'll be back in 1 minute. So head coach Stacy Riley wanted to talk about it for a minute. With 2:26 left to go in the third, the Tigers drawing away now by 16. Needing some revitalization. Stone is going to try to pass it down in the corner on the right side to Clark and just throw. Clark went the wrong way. The ball, I think, hit Wes Wilkerson on the end line there, standing out of bounds. Very close to Matthew Smith. Burdine drives, goes in. Shot is off the glass and then off the rim barely, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called. Burdine's going to go to the line. Foul's on Melton. And Burdine will be going to shoot two. First shot's up and good. Tigers, particularly in this second half, have done everything you need to do to win if they could just keep it going. Hit them both. So the Tigers are now 7 of 9 from the free throw line. And the Bobcats will dribble down here with less than 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Stone on the left side. Goes to Allen. Back outside now. Ahead of the key to Clark. Now to Stone. Stone kicks it over to Melton. Melton in the lane. Now in the deep corner. They try to pass it underneath to Melton as Ryder Plunk tried to invade the lane and it's stripped away. Burdine goes down the floor, drives in, puts up the shot, won't go. Rebound JT. JT is pushed in the corner there. They're going to say that's Saunders. Thought it was a 10 that came through there. It was 11. And it's out of bounds. Give it to the Bobcats.
They're going to give it to us.
Now they're going
to say it was out on the Bobcats.
Back.
I thought it was a foul.
Well, it looked like he pushed him out. But White is going to inbound it. So Saunders ends up with the winning today there. Burdine stops on the left wing, picks up the dribble, goes to Saunders. Saunders circles left to right to JT. JT's going to drive in, put it off the glass, missed it. Phillips knocked it back out, but Stone picked up the rebound. He's in the forecourt. Stops with 1:01 left to go in the third. Here's a long three that's off, no good in the corner. Rebounded there by Allen. Now to Stone. Stone in the lane, puts a shot up, no good. A whistle and a foul called. The foul's going to be on Phillips. His second, and on the line, shooting two, is Ryder Plunk. First shot's good. Into the game comes Davis, who had sat down for a moment. Out comes Phillips. Second shot is off, no good. Rebound, Davis. Davis outlet to JT. JT with 44 seconds on the right side. Goes to Burdine on the left. Gets some instruction there from Geyer. Now backs up and waits for Stone to come get him with 27 seconds remaining. He's in the corner right next to the scorer's table. Dribbles to the Tigers here. Kicks it to Davis. Davis penetrates a little and backs up himself. Now to Saunders. Saunders back to Davis. Davis double team. Finally will go to the backboard, put it off and score. Davis made that look easy. Yeah, he's got 11 now. Check 2-1. Bobcats will not get a shot off at the end of the third period as it expires, and the Tigers up by 19 now, 47-28. We'll take a pause here. We'll be back in a minute. So we're heading into the fourth and final quarter, 47-28. Tigers up. Bobcats with the basketball. Stone will dribble it down for McNairy. Get it over to Clark, or drive it in as Saints, and the shot's off no good as he goes into the lane, puts it up. That's Killen Allen, I'm sorry. Now a pass inside after the rebound. It's going to be stolen there by White. Out in the pass to Burdine. Burdine goes down, scores. Thought he'd draw a foul too, but he didn't get that. We'll be satisfied with the deuce, though. And the Tigers go up 49-28, up 21 here. Biggest lead of the night with 7:22 left to go in the fourth period. Stone right side to Melton. Melton looking inside, working against Davis. Now driving, jumper. It's off no good by Ryder. Or that's Jackson Price. Rebound taken down by the Tigers. Davis gets it over to JT in the forecourt. And the Tigers are in business on the offensive end. Pass into Saunders. Saunders drives in the lane, finds a space underneath, lays it up and in. Nice shot. As he just took it in the middle of the lane, went slightly to the right side and laid it up and in. Stone across the timeline. Trying to get it to Melton. Finally does. Melton's going to back right into Burdine. Burdine played it to the hilt. An offensive foul called by Melton. And on Melton, I can tell you it was an absolute work of drama by Jackson Burdine, who head snapped and everything, went to the floor, and the official ate it up. 51-28 now, Tigers up. Wanting to hang on to as much lead as possible. You never know what can happen. Burdine outside now to JT. They're working the offensive perimeter. JT gets a screen from Davis, goes left side to White. Now back to JT right side. Just over 6 minutes left to go in the game. Tigers up 51-28. JT inside to White. Loose ball. Saunders comes up with it. Now to Burdine. Burdine to Saunders. Back to Burdine. Burdine in the lane. Jumps four. Got it. Yes. 4-foot jumper by Jackson as he just drove into the left side of the lane, crossed, and then took the little sweet jumper, and it's 53-28.
They're not putting up much fight in the middle once we get in there.
Allen now over and driving in to put up the shot is Plunk. He missed it. Rebound Davis. Davis to White. White down the floor to JT. JT to Burdine. Baseline to Saunders. Saunders drives in the paint once again. Crosses, gets it to Davis. Davis goes on the baseline, gets trapped down there. Back to Saunders, who went in for the shot, and it got bobbled, and then Bobcats took it away. Pretty good ball movement by the Tigers. Here's a long three that's put up and no good by the Bobcats. Clark missed it. Davis with the big rebound. Outlet pass, 2-on-1 fast break, and White misses the layup. Under pressure there. Melton was in the way there. Now the Bobcats back down the floor. Here's a three-pointer. It's off, no good. Bobcats cannot find the three-point shot as Allen misses the three. It's knocked out of bounds, and I'm going to say it's Tiger basketball. Baseline of the backcourt. Bobcats go into full court pressure with 4:43 left to go in this here ball game. 53-28 now. Tigers up on top. JT. Now to White. Saunders back to Burdine. Burdine at the head of the key now. Tigers in no particular hurry to advance beyond a 25-point lead. Here's a loose ball in the lane, saved there by Phillips and then picked up by White. Now Burdine with it on the left side. On the dribble, left-handed, drives in. They give him space. He goes in, and he scores. Nice drive. Jackson Burdine's got 16 tonight. Burning it up here. The Tigers are wearing out the Bobcats inside. Not relying on three-pointers tonight. So covered Davis up. They're having to do it somewhere else for three. Down in the corner now, they go to Melton. As the Bobcats try to maneuver in to put something on the board, here's an air ball shot that's partially blocked there by Plunk. Rebound, Phillips. Outlet pass to Saunders. Saunders goes in for the easy layup, and the Tigers are just right now playing with the Bobcats on the court, and they're up 57-28. 3:25 left to go here in the fourth period. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a pause. We'll be back in 1 minute. Bobcats have the basketball with 3:25 left in the game. They trail 57-28. And across the timeline goes Allen, who goes back to Sane.
Yeah.
A shot up underneath is no good by Allen.
Man, they're
and
just
Tigers with the rebound. And lots of fresh faces on the floor. I'll try to get them all in. Peyton Murphy now with the basketball. He looks over in the corner to Matthew Plunk. Back outside to Callahan. That's Cole Callahan. Now with it's Jaden Davis. Davis takes the long three off the back rim. Fight for the rebound. Bobcats come up with it. A couple of substitutions there as well. Here is Allen. Goes to Melton. Melton's turnaround jumper is up and good. And they're going to call a foul. It's going to be on Davis, the foul that is. And to the line will go Jabari Melton to shoot 2 free throws. Clock stopped at 2:35. Tigers up by 27 right now. Now 26. Did they give him a basket? Oh, I didn't see him hit it. Anyway, there's a basket by Melton and a free throw by Melton. And it's 57-31. Tigers come down the floor, put it up. Shot is off by Plunk. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Spencer Moore. And Melton will drive in the paint. 12-foot turnaround jumper's no good. Loose ball on the rebound picked up by Callahan. Callahan down and Davis has it. Goes in the corner now for Murphy. It's knocked out of bounds by the Bobcats with 1:53 remaining. Tigers up by 26. There are a lot of scenarios that went through my head before this game started tonight, but this was not one of them. Jaden Davis now. Davis goes to the left side. Now to Murphy. They had a whistle and a timeout called. I don't know what the infraction was. Maybe 3 seconds. I don't know.
They got the clock running now.
Yeah, and they into the game for the Tigers is another player. I'm trying to figure out who. Oh, that's Gabe Elof. Elof is on the floor now. He's a junior. Working outside, driving in, putting up a shot is number 23, and I don't. Oh, that's the same. He missed it. Rebound taken down. It's White Manley has it. Passes it in, going up for the shot. I think is Sane. He didn't go, but a whistle and a foul. The foul's on Corbin Smith in the game for the Tigers. I didn't see Corbin come in. He picks up a personal foul, and Killen Allen is on the line shooting 2. The first shot's up and good. Right now, the Tigers outscoring the Bobcats 10-4 in this quarter alone. As Allen hits both free throws. It's 57-33 with 57 seconds remaining. Davis will dribble down for the Tigers. 50 seconds left now. Down in the corner, the ball is lost there. And player for the Tigers I don't have a number for. Here's a three that's put up and good by the Bobcats with 29 seconds remaining. Allen gets the three. And it's 57-36, 21 seconds left to go. Now with it, as it's stolen away by the Bobcats, the Tigers working on with a lot of young players. 11 seconds now. A whistle. Traveling call is going to be assessed against the Bobcats. That's Spencer Moore on for the Tigers. There is a number 23 that is not on my roster. But 6 seconds left. Davis is being pressured there, and that's going to let it expire. The ball game is over. 57-36, the final score. Hardin County has put it on the Bobcats and got revenge from that loss a couple of weeks ago over in Selmer.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked.
I got a feeling that these two teams are going to see each other again pretty soon in the tournament. Or there's a good chance of that anyway.
Yeah, I'm not shocked we won. I'm shocked by the margin of victory. But, it was kind of a reversal of the game we did over there. We couldn't throw it in the ocean over there.
Yeah.
They come over here. They couldn't do it, and then frustration sets in, and you could tell it on their face. And then when that happened and we got up big, their coach just kind of sat down and was going to let it play out.
Well, I saw one of their players after a shot that didn't go just kind of turn around and give you that look like what do we got to do? What do we got to do to score? And when you see that, you can stick a fork in them. They're done.
Yeah, it was weird. But first game was weird, and this game was weird for them, and the first game was weird for our girls. So,
right. It's a strange night, but the Tigers are going to pick up one win and fall on the other, as Lady Tigers lose 46-40 earlier tonight. Tigers winning 57-36 here in the nightcap. Looking at the scoring for the Bobcats, leading scorer now is Jabari Melton with 11. He's followed by Ethan Johnston with 8. Killen Allen with 5. Darian Clark with 5. Ryder Plunk with 1. Kay Stone with 4. And Jackson Price with 2. For the Tigers tonight, leading scorer was Jackson Burdine with 16 points. Good to see him get up in closer to that 20 mark. Tanner Davis had 11, but they single covered him and double covered him all night long. Difficult night for him, but he still ended up in double figures. Good game for him. We had two players scoring 8 apiece. Carson Phillips had 8. J.T. Smith had 8. 2 with 7. Lamarion White had 7, and Jacob Saunders had a bookend 7. And that just about wraps it up for the Tigers scoring, and a big victory tonight. The Tigers move to 13-9 now.
Yeah, it was a good win, and of course we've got a couple of more tough ones coming up. Lexington coming to town. Coach Fitch, alumnus here, ex-Tiger.
Right.
And he would love more than to come in here and get a win, and then Chester County.
Think about Saturday,
think about Chester County coming in here, Bill. I mean, that's a state tournament team, and they've got everybody back. Plus, they had somebody move in from Middleton, I believe, and he's come in and really made an impact, and they're rolling pretty good. They're going to be big, physical team. They can shoot from outside too, so it's going to be a challenge the next couple of nights and the next couple of weeks, really. I mean, we're playing for seeding, to be realistic.
And, we were talking tonight about looking a little flat when you really hadn't played a lot. But there's another end of that coin when you can get flat when you've played too many games in a week, and playing Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday is a rough punishment. There's not enough recovery time after these games.
Well, was talking to one of our ex-coaches here. Coach Brown came up, but while I was getting set up today, and we were talking about scheduling.
I was glad to see him.
Yeah, we were talking about the scheduling, and he made mention too. And Coach Geyer has said this a couple of times on Sports Talk. This playing all of our district games in a row in a 2 or 2.5 week period is really tough. Number one, if you get an injury, then you've got a kid that could possibly miss a tournament because of that, and they need to really look at that and play a couple of games probably prior to Christmas break, get some of that out of the way so you don't have this tough night after night after night of district play.
Well, I'll tell you what it does. It puts a premium on the bench. If you don't have a good bench to use during a stretch like this, you're going to wear your starters out and put them in jeopardy of being injured because they're tired.
Yeah, we got, the depth is a key issue for us. That's one thing. Southside, the other night they've got depth. Chester County have depth. I'm not sure about Lexington. McNairy County really didn't have the depth either. So, big win. Get another one on Thursday night, and then we'll see how we match up against what could be the number one seed going into the tournament, Chester County.
Sounds like a winner. Lady Tigers fall 46-40 tonight, and the Tigers get a big victory, 57-36 in the nightcap, and that'll about do it for us.
I did want to remind everybody that is still listening. If you didn't have a chance to watch and you were listening on the radio or app or whatever, you can go back on YouTube channel, Slice 93.
Hardin County.
Yeah. No, not Hardin County. Just Slice 93.
That's what it says on my YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Slice 93. You can go there, and the games are archived there, and you can watch other games, but you can watch tonight's game. It'll already be there when we leave. But I just want to put that out there. I don't ever tell anybody. A lot of people go back and view it, but, if you didn't get a chance to watch a game, that's where you can find it.
All I can tell you is when I turn it on, my wife says, turn it off.
You've had enough.
She's had enough. Anyway, I've told you the score a number of times. Tigers win, Lady Tigers fall. For Steve Carnell and my buddy Steve Smith, this is Bill Sharp saying good night, Tiger fans. 6-2 and even, over and out.